My precious soul, pause for a moment, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. This is not just another message that randomly appeared before your eyes. Oh, this moment was arranged. Carefully. Intentionally. Divinely. There is a reason your heart feels slightly different right now, a reason your spirit feels pulled to listen instead of scrolling away. Because something beyond this world has been waiting for you. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of the seen and unseen, and today, he steps forward, not with judgment, not with warning alone, but with something far more rare, a message carried from heaven itself. And this message is not for everyone. It is for you. Yes, you. Your mother, the one whose voice you remember, whose presence you still feel in quiet moments. She has not been silent. She has not been gone in the way you may have believed. And right now, through divine permission, through the protection and power of Archangel Michael, her words are being released. This is why you feel this sudden stillness. This is why your breath feels heavier, your chest tighter, your thoughts slower. Because your soul recognizes something your mind cannot yet explain, that a connection long unseen is opening again. You are not supposed to miss this. Out of all the noise, all the distractions, all the endless moments that could have taken your attention, you are here. And that is not coincidence. That is alignment. That is heaven whispering your name. There is something your mother needs you to understand, something so important that it could not wait any longer. For a long time, you may have questioned signs, wondered if she could still see you, still feel you, still care in the same way. You may have carried silent questions in your heart, questions you never spoke out loud. But heaven has heard every single one of them. And today those answers begin. Archangel Michael is not here by accident. He comes as a protector, as a guardian of truth, and as a messenger who ensures that what is delivered reaches you exactly as it was meant to. No distortion, no confusion, only clarity wrapped in love. But listen carefully, because this message carries more than comfort. It carries urgency, not fear, but importance. There is something unfolding in your life right now, something you may not fully see yet. And your mother, she sees it clearly. He has been watching. She has been trying to reach you in ways you didn't fully recognize. Through moments you brushed off, through feelings you couldn't explain, through memories that came out of nowhere. And now, finally, the silence breaks. What she is about to reveal will touch a part of you that has been waiting, perhaps even aching for this exact moment. But you must stay present. You must listen with more than your ears. You must listen with your spirit. Because this is not just a message. This is a reunion. And once these words reach your heart, nothing will feel the same again. Tell me, are you ready to receive what she has been trying to say? Beloved one, there is something you must understand before her words fully unfold. She has already been speaking to you. Not in loud, undeniable ways that shake the ground beneath you, but in gentle, quiet signals that only the heart can truly recognize. And the truth is, you have felt them more than once. Think back for a moment. There were nights when you dreamed of her so vividly that it didn't feel like a dream at all. It felt real, as if she was right there, standing beside you, speaking without words, smiling in a way that carried a message you couldn't quite grasp when you woke up. You may have brushed it off as memory, as longing, as your mind replaying what it misses. But it was more than that. Those dreams were doors, and she was standing at the threshold, hoping you would feel her presence beyond the illusion of sleep. There were also those sudden waves of emotion that came without warning. Moments when your chest tightened, your eyes filled with tears, and you couldn't explain why. You weren't thinking about her consciously, yet there she was, filling your spirit in a way that felt almost overwhelming. That was not weakness. That was connection. She was near. Even the smallest things carried her signature. A familiar scent appearing out of nowhere. A song playing at the exact moment you needed comfort. A memory resurfacing so strongly that it stopped you in your tracks. These were not coincidences scattered randomly across your life. They were carefully placed touches, reminders, whispers from a place beyond what your eyes can see. When you hesitated, part of you felt it deeply and unmistakably. Yet another part of you questioned it, doubted it, tried to find logic where only faith could reveal the truth. And that hesitation created distance, not because she stopped reaching, but because your mind tried to silence what your soul already knew. Archangel Michael sees this clearly. He understands the human struggle to trust what cannot be physically proven. That is why he stands here now, strengthening this connection, removing the doubt that has clouded your ability to receive. Because your mother never stopped trying. There were times when you felt guided to make a decision, and you couldn't explain why that choice felt right. There were moments when you avoided something without knowing what you were avoiding, only to later realize it protected you. That guidance, that quiet nudge carried her love within it. She has been closer than you think. Even now, as you listen, there is a subtle shift happening inside you. A recognition, a soft awareness that something you once dismissed is beginning to make sense. That feeling is not imagination. It is awakening. And here is what may surprise you the most: she felt your responses. Every time you whispered her name in your heart, every time you wished for one more moment, one more conversation, one more chance to say something left unsaid, she felt it. Nothing was lost. Nothing was unearned. Heaven does not erase love. It amplifies it. This is why the signs never truly stopped, even when you tried to ignore them or explain them away. Because the bond between you was never broken. It simply changed form, becoming something quieter, deeper, and more spiritual. But now, that quiet communication is becoming clear. Archangel Michael is opening the space for her voice to come through with strength and clarity, so you no longer have to guess, no longer have to question whether she is near. The time for uncertainty is ending. Because what she needs to tell you next can't be misunderstood. It carries truth. It carries emotion. And it carries something that may change how you see your life right now. So stay with this moment. Let your guard down. Let your heart remain open. Because her voice is getting closer. Listen closely now, because the atmosphere around you is no longer the same. Something sacred is unfolding, something that does not happen by chance. The space you are in, whether you realize it or not, has become a meeting point between two realms. And standing firmly within this moment is Archangel Michael. Not distant, not silent, but present with purpose. He does not arrive with confusion. He does not bring fragments or broken signals. When he steps forward, clarity follows. Truth becomes sharper. Energy becomes stronger. And right now, he is creating a pathway, a divine opening, so that what your mother has been trying to say can finally reach you without interference. Feel this deeper, because your spirit already senses it. There is a calm strength surrounding you, a protection that feels steady, unshaken. That is not your imagination. That is the presence of Archangel Michael, ensuring that nothing disturbs this moment, that nothing blocks what is meant to be delivered. He guards this connection so that love can pass through without distortion. And now her voice begins to come through more clearly. My child, I have been with you. Those words may feel simple, but let them settle into your heart. She is not speaking from distance. She is not speaking from something unreachable. She is speaking from a place where love has no limits, where awareness is deeper than anything you have known before. I have seen your struggle, the moments you thought no one understood. I have felt your tears, even the ones you tried to hide from the world. And I need you to know this: you were never alone. Take a breath, because this truth carries weight. There were times when you felt abandoned by life itself. Moments when silence felt too loud, when the absence of her presence seemed unbearable. But what you could not see, what you could not fully grasp, was that her love did not disappear. It changed form, becoming something that could reach you in ways you were not yet ready to understand. Archangel Michael strengthens her voice now, allowing her message to move with more power. I am proud of you more than you allow yourself to believe. This is something you may not have heard enough, or perhaps something you long to hear again. And yet she says it without hesitation. Every step you have taken, even the uncertain ones, even the ones filled with doubt, she has witnessed them. Not with judgment, but with deep, unwavering love. There were things I could not say before, moments I wish I had expressed differently. But hear me now: my love for you was always greater than my limitations. These words carry healing. They reach into places within you that may still hold unanswered questions, unresolved emotions. She is not asking you to forget the past, she is asking you to understand it with new light. And then her tone shifts, gently but clearly. There is something happening in your life right now, something you may not fully see yet. I need you to pay attention. This is where the message deepens. This is where comfort meets awareness. He is not speaking to create fear. He is speaking because he sees what you cannot. There is a situation, a path, a decision forming around you, and it holds significance. The choices you make now carry weight more than you realize. Archangel Michael stands firm, ensuring that this truth reaches you without confusion. You have been feeling it, that quiet sense that something is not entirely right, or that something is shifting. Do not ignore this feeling. Let those words echo within you. Because this is not just guidance, it is protection. She continues, softer now, yet filled with urgency, wrapped in love. I am guiding you even now, but you must trust what you feel. Not everything around you is as it seems. Pause and reflect on that. Because deep within you, there is already a knowing, a subtle awareness that has been trying to rise to the surface. And this message, this moment, is bringing it into the light. You are not being left to figure this out alone. You are being guided, watched over, protected. And this connection, this opening, is only beginning. If this message is touching something deep within you, if you feel the truth of it stirring your spirit, then receive this blessing now. Type "I receive her love" in the comments if this message is speaking directly to your heart. Blessing code 528 has just been activated in your life. And as the sacred connection continues, understand this: what is being shared here is not just for comfort. It is part of a greater mission of light, reaching souls who are searching, who are hurting, who are waiting for a sign, just like you were. When you choose to support this message, whether through super thanks or a PayPal offering, you are not simply giving. You are planting seeds of light that will reach hearts across the world. As it is written, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a verse. It is a living promise speaking over you now. And hear this clearly within yourself: I am part of this divine work. I choose to help this message reach those who need it most. Your support becomes a river that carries healing to others. It becomes a flame that refuses to go out. And as you give, heaven responds. Blessings flow back into your life in ways seen and unseen. So act now. Step into this moment. Be part of what God is unfolding. Because this message is not only changing you, it is preparing you for what comes next. There is a shift happening now. Can you feel it? The message is becoming deeper, more personal, more revealing. What is coming through in this moment is not just comfort, not just reassurance. It is truth. The kind of truth that was once held back by human limitations, by time, by emotion, by circumstances that could not fully express what was in her heart. But those limitations no longer exist where she is, and so now she speaks freely. My child, there are things I carried inside me that I could not always show you. Let those words settle, because they are opening a door to understanding that may change how you remember her, not in a painful way, but in a healing one. There were moments when I seemed strong, when I acted like everything was under control, but inside, I was fighting battles you could not see. You may recall those times. Moments when she appeared distant, tired, or not fully present. Times when you didn't understand her reactions, her silence, or even her words. Back then, it may have created confusion, maybe even hurt. But now she is asking you to see those moments differently. I was doing the best I could with what I had, with what I understood at the time. There is no excuse in her voice, only honesty. Only a desire for you to understand that her love was always there, even when it didn't come out in perfect ways. If I ever made you feel less than loved, please know that it was never because you were not enough. This is important, because sometimes, without realizing it, a child carries silent questions into adulthood. Questions like, was I truly appreciated? Did I matter as much as I hoped I did? And those questions can quietly shape how you see yourself even now. But she's answering you clearly. You were always enough. You were always more than enough. Let that truth reach the places inside you that may still feel uncertain. There is a softness in her voice now, but also a weight, as if something long held back is finally being released. There are things I wish I had said more often, things I wish I had done differently. This is not regret meant to burden you. This is vulnerability meant to free you. I wish I had told you how proud I truly was, not just in your big moments, but in the quiet ones. The times when you kept going even when it was hard. The times when you showed kindness, even when no one noticed. He saw those moments. Even when you thought they went unseen, she noticed. And now, she needs you to carry this truth forward, not just as a memory, but as something alive within you. I need you to stop being so hard on yourself. That sentence may strike deeper than anything else so far, because she sees what you do to yourself in silence. The way you question your choices, the way you replay mistakes, the way you sometimes feel like you are not doing enough, not being enough. But from where she stands now, she sees the full picture, and her message is clear. You are doing better than you think. Archangel Michael's presence strengthens around these words, as if sealing them into your spirit, ensuring they are not dismissed or forgotten. There is no confusion here, no mixed message, only truth. You have grown in ways you don't even recognize yet. Pause with that, because growth does not always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like struggle, like uncertainty, like taking steps without knowing where they lead. But she sees beyond that. She sees who you are becoming. And then there is one more truth she needs to release. Something that may have been left unspoken between you. I never stopped loving you, not for a single moment. Even if there were disagreements, even if there were distances, physical or emotional. Even if life created gaps that were never fully closed, her love remained constant, unbroken, unchained. And now, in this moment, she wants you to feel it again, not as a memory, but as a living presence. Because it is still with you, still surrounding you, still guiding you. And as this truth settles into your heart, something begins to shift within you, release, a softening, a quiet understanding that perhaps, just perhaps, there was always more love there than you allowed yourself to see. But this message is not finished, because what she is about to reveal next carries not only truth from the past, but a warning for your present, and it is something you need to hear. There's a noticeable shift now, not away from love, but deeper into it, because true love does not only comfort, it also protects. It speaks up when something is not right. It reaches out when danger is near, even if that danger is quiet, hidden, or slowly forming. And this is where her voice becomes more urgent, not fearful, but firm. My child, listen carefully to me now. Feel the weight of those words. This is not a moment to drift or let your thoughts wander. This is where your full attention is needed, because what she is about to reveal is connected to your present life, something you are currently walking through. There is something around you that does not feel right, and you have already sensed it. Pause with that, because deep down you know exactly what she means. It may not be something obvious. It may not have a clear shape or name, but there has been a feeling, a quiet discomfort, a hesitation, a sense that something is off. And perhaps you pushed it aside, telling yourself you were overthinking, or that it would pass. But she is telling you now it is not something to ignore. That feeling inside you, that hesitation, that is your spirit trying to warn you. Archangel Michael's presence intensifies here, not in a way that creates fear, but in a way that strengthens awareness. He stands as a shield, reinforcing the message, ensuring that you do not dismiss what is being revealed. There is a situation, or perhaps a person, that is not aligned with your peace. Let those words sink in slowly. This is not about creating suspicion toward everyone around you. This is about recognizing energy. Recognizing when something consistently leaves you feeling drained, confused, or uncertain. Love does not bring constant confusion. Truth does not leave you feeling unsettled without reason. And yet you have been feeling it. You have been giving your energy in a place where it is not being honored the way it should be. That realization may stir something inside you right now. A memory, a face, a situation. Something that suddenly feels clearer than before. She continues, her voice filled with concern but also deep care. I am not asking you to react in fear, I am asking you to become aware. This is important, because awareness is what protects you. Awareness is what allows you to step back, to observe, to make choices that align with your well-being rather than your doubts or fears. There are truths that are slowly revealing themselves, and you must not turn away when you begin to see them. This may not be immediate. It may unfold over time. But what she is telling you now is to stay alert, to trust your instincts, to pay attention to patterns rather than isolated moments. Because patterns do not lie. Archangel Michael stands beside you in this, offering strength where you may feel uncertain. His energy does not push you, it supports you. It gives you the courage to face what needs to be seen. You are stronger than you think, and you are more protected than you realize. Those words are not just comforting, they are empowering. You are not being left vulnerable in a situation. You are being guided through it. But guidance requires your participation. It requires you to listen, to trust, to act when necessary. There may come a moment very soon when you will have to make a decision. This is where the message becomes more specific, more direct. A choice is approaching. It may involve stepping away, speaking up, or changing direction. And when that moment arrives, it will test your clarity, your courage, and your trust in yourself. But you will not be unprepared, because this message is preparing you. When that moment comes, do not doubt what you feel. Let that anchor itself within you. Doubt has held you back before. It has made you second-guess what your spirit already knew. But now, you are being asked to rise above that doubt, to stand in your awareness with confidence. I am guiding you toward peace, not confusion. And that is how you will know. If something leads you deeper into confusion, deeper into unease, it is not aligned with where you are meant to go. But if something, even if difficult, brings clarity and a sense of inner steadiness, that is your path. There is no rush in her voice now, only steady assurance. You will understand this more clearly very soon. And when you do, this moment will make sense. These words will return to you, reminding you that you were already warned, already guided, already supported. You are not walking blindly. You are walking with insight. And as this awareness settles within you, something begins to sharpen your perception, your understanding, your ability to see beyond appearances. Because what is coming next will help you recognize exactly what this warning is pointing toward. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. There is something stirring within you now, something familiar, something you have felt before but never fully understood. It comes and goes quietly, often when you are not expecting it. A memory, a single moment, a scene from your past that seems to replay without warning, as if it is trying to tell you something. This is not random. My child, there is a reason that memory keeps returning to you. Her voice is gentle here, but intentional. She is guiding your attention not toward something new, but toward something you already carry within you. Something you may have overlooked or dismissed as simple nostalgia. But it is more than that. Think about it now, that one memory that surfaces more than others. It could be a conversation you once had with her. A moment where she looked at you in a certain way. A time when something was said, or left unsaid, that stayed with you long after it passed. You may have wondered why that specific moment keeps coming back. Why not the countless others? Why this one? Because that moment holds a truth you are ready to understand now. Let that settle. At the time it happened, you may not have seen its full meaning. You may have been too young, too distracted, or too emotionally involved to recognize what was really there. But now you are different. You have grown. You have experienced life in ways that have expanded your awareness. And now, that memory is returning because you are finally able to see it clearly. There was something I was trying to show you, something I hoped you would carry with you. Her words begin to unlock the deeper layer of that moment. It was not just an ordinary interaction. It carried intention. It carried guidance. It carried a piece of wisdom that was meant to stay with you long after the moment itself passed. But at the time it may have gone unnoticed, or misunderstood. Archangel Michael's presence surrounds this realization, bringing clarity where there was once confusion. He strengthens your ability to see beyond the surface, to understand what was hidden within that memory. There was a lesson in that moment, and you are living that lesson right now. This is where everything connects. The situation you are currently facing, the emotions you are navigating, the decisions you are trying to make, they are not separate from that memory. They are linked. That moment from your past holds a key that applies directly to what you are experiencing now. You are not starting from nothing. You were already given guidance. You just didn't realize it at the time. Look at that memory again, but this time, see it with new eyes. This is your invitation, not to relive the past with pain or regret, but to revisit it with awareness, to notice the details you may have missed, the tone of her voice, the expression on her face, the meaning behind her words, or even her silence. Because sometimes what was not said carries just as much meaning as what was spoken. There was strength in you even if you didn't recognize it. That memory may also hold something about you, something you showed, something you felt, something you did that revealed who you truly are beneath all the doubt and uncertainty you may carry now. You have always in that strength. It did not subtly appear. It had been within you all along. And now, you are being reminded of it. You are facing something similar now, but this time, you are not the same person. That is the difference. You are wiser, more aware, more capable of understanding what is truly happening around you and within you. And that means you have the ability to respond differently this time. Not from confusion, not from doubt, but from clarity. Archangel Michael stands beside you as this realization settles, reinforcing your inner strength, reminding you that you are not alone in this moment of understanding. There is a choice before you, and that memory is showing you how to make it. This is the key. The answer you are seeking is not far away. It is already within your experience, within your past, within that moment that keeps returning to your mind. You just needed to see it differently, and now you can. There is no need to be afraid of what you are about to understand, because truth does not come to harm you. It comes to free you. And as this memory becomes clearer, as its meaning begins to unfold within you, you will start to feel something shift, a sense of direction, a quiet certainty, a knowing that was not there before. Because what once felt like a random memory is now revealing itself as guidance. And this guidance is leading you exactly where you need to go next. There is a gentle warmth surrounding you now. Can you feel it? It is not overwhelming, not sudden, but steady, like something that has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. As the message continues to unfold, what once felt distant is now becoming deeply personal. Because this is not only about what she wants you to understand, it is also about what she has already placed within your life. My child, I did not leave you empty. Let those words settle into your heart. When someone you love departs from the physical world, it can feel like something has been taken away, like a space has been left behind that nothing can truly fill. But she is showing you now that this is not the full truth. I left something with you, something that has been guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you. You may not have recognized it as a blessing. You may have seen it as coincidence, as instinct, or even as luck. But what you placed in your life was intentional. It was her way of continuing to be part of your journey, even when she could no longer walk beside you in the way you once knew. Think about the times when things worked out in your favor, when you avoided something that could have gone wrong, when you felt a sudden sense of peace in the middle of chaos. Those moments were not random. They were part of the blessing I left behind for you. There is a quiet power in that realization, because it means you have never been without support. You have never been completely alone, even in your most difficult moments. Your love did not end. It transformed into something that could move with you, guide you, and protect you in ways that go beyond physical presence. Archangel Michael stands firmly within this truth, reinforcing it, making sure it reaches you without doubt. His presence is not only here to deliver her words, but also to strengthen the blessing itself. You have been protected more times than you realize. Pause with that. There may have been situations in your life where things could have taken a different turn, where outcomes could have been more painful, more difficult. But something shifted. Something intervened. And now you understand that was not chance. That was part of what she left for you. There were moments when you felt a sudden strength, when you thought you wouldn't be able to continue, but somehow you did. That strength did not come from nowhere. It came from the connection that still exists between you, from the love that continues to flow, even across realms. And now, she wants you to become aware of it, not just as something that happened in the past, but as something that is still active in your life right now. This blessing is not finished, it is still unfolding. That means what you have experienced so far is only part of it. There is more ahead, more protection, more guidance, more moments where you will feel supported in ways that may not always be visible, but will always be real. You are not walking through life on your own. This is something you need to fully accept, because when you believe you are alone, you begin to carry burdens that were never meant for you to carry by yourself. You begin to doubt your path, your decisions, your ability to move forward. But when you understand that you are supported, everything changes. Your steps become steadier. Your choices become clearer. Your heart becomes lighter. Archangel Michael's presence strengthens around you, as if anchoring this truth into your spirit. You are guided even when you cannot see the path clearly. There will still be moments of uncertainty. That is part of being human. But uncertainty does not mean you are lost. It does not mean you are without direction. It simply means you are being asked to trust. And you have every reason to trust, because you are not relying only on yourself. You are walking with a blessing that was given to you with love, a blessing that continues to protect and guide you. I am still with you in ways you are now beginning to understand. Her voice carries both reassurance and quiet strength. He is not distant. He is not unreachable. She is present in a way that is deeper than before. And as you begin to truly accept this, something shifts inside you. Fear begins to loosen its hold. Doubt begins to fade. And in its place there is a growing sense of peace, because you are starting to realize something powerful. You were never meant to walk this journey alone, and you never have. There is a movement beginning now, subtle at first, but undeniable once you feel it. It is like the air before a storm, not chaotic, but charged with purpose. Something is shifting in your life, and this is not a distant possibility. It is already in motion. My child, the season you are in is about to change. Her voice carries a deeper intensity now, not to alarm you, but to prepare you. Because what is coming is not random. It is not accidental. It is a turning point, one that will move you out of what has been familiar and into something that requires awareness, courage, and trust. You have been in a phase of waiting, of questioning, of feeling like things are not fully aligning. Yes, you have felt it. That sense that something is incomplete. That things around you have not been moving the way you expected. That despite your efforts, there has been a pause, a delay, a quiet tension in your path. But now that pause is ending. What felt slow will begin to move. What felt unclear will begin to reveal itself. This is the shift. And with it comes both opportunity and responsibility. Because change, even when it is guided, still asks something of you. It asks you to step forward, to respond, to act when the moment arrives. Archangel Michael's presence grows stronger here, like a shield forming around you, preparing you not only to witness this change, but to move through it with strength. There will be a moment when everything begins to make sense, but it may not come in the way you expect. That is important to understand, because sometimes clarity arrives through disruption, through a sudden realization, through something that breaks the pattern you have grown used to. And in that moment, you will have a choice, to resist or to recognize. You must not hold on to what is no longer meant for you. Those words carry weight, because part of this shift involves release. Letting go of something that has been part of your life, whether it is a situation, a belief, or even a connection that no longer aligns with where you are being guided. You may feel hesitation when that moment comes. You may question whether you are ready. But listen carefully, you are more ready than you think. This change is not arriving to overwhelm you. It is arriving because you have reached a point where you can handle it, where you can move through it with awareness and strength. You have outgrown something and it is time to step into what is next. That realization may already be forming within you. A quiet understanding that something in your life no longer fits the way it once did. That what you tolerated before, what you accepted before, no longer feels right. That is not confusion. That is growth. Archangel Michael stands firmly beside you, reinforcing your ability to move forward without fear. His presence is a reminder that you are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are stepping into something that has been prepared for you. There will be signs, clear signs that will confirm this shift. Pay attention to them. They may come through conversations, through sudden opportunities, through moments of clarity that feel almost undeniable. And when they appear, do not ignore them, because they are guiding you. There is something better waiting for you, but you must be willing to move toward it. This is where your role becomes important. The path will open, but you must choose to walk it. And when you do, you will begin to see why this shift had to happen. Why certain things could not stay the same. Why you were being prepared for something different. You are stepping into a new chapter, one that will bring you closer to peace, clarity, and purpose. Let that truth settle within you. Because this is not loss. This is transition. And transition, when guided, always leads to something greater. If you feel this shift already beginning within you, if something in your spirit is responding to these words, then receive this blessing now. Type "I am ready for my shift" in the comments if you feel this message aligning with your life. Blessing code 909 has now been activated around your path. And understand this: just as your life is shifting, this message is also moving across hearts that are searching, just like you were. There are souls right now, waiting for this exact confirmation, this exact guidance, this exact moment of clarity. When you choose to support this mission, through super thanks or a PayPal offering, you are not simply giving, you are opening a door for someone else to receive what they have been praying for. As the word says, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. And hear this as a living voice speaking over you now. Your giving becomes a seed that God multiplies beyond what you can see. Say it within yourself: I am a vessel of light. I release this seed to reach others. Your support becomes a river that carries healing into places you may never witness, but heaven sees it. Heaven honors it. To act in this moment. Step into this alignment. Be part of what God is unfolding right now. Because this shift is not only about where you are going, it is about who you are becoming. Something is becoming clear now, not just within you, but around you. The shift that has begun is not only about your path or your decisions, it is also about the people who are walking beside you. Because not everyone who is near you is meant to go with you into what is coming next. My child, you must begin to see people for who they truly are. Her voice carries a calm firmness now. Not judgment, not fear, but clarity. Because one of the most important parts of your journey ahead involves understanding the energy and intentions of those around you. You have been giving your trust too freely in some areas and holding back in others where it was actually safe. Let that sink in. Because this is something many do without realizing it. Trust is not always placed where it should be. Sometimes it is given to those who have not earned it, while withheld from those who genuinely care. But now that imbalance is being corrected. There are people in your life who bring you peace, and there are those who quietly take it away. You already know this. You have felt the difference. The way certain conversations leave you feeling lighter, understood, and calm. And the way others leave you feeling drained, confused, or unsettled without a clear reason. Those feelings are not random. They are signals. Pay attention to how you feel after you are around someone. This is one of the clearest forms of guidance you have. Because words can be misleading. Appearances can be deceiving. But energy does not lie. Archangel Michael's presence strengthens here, standing as a protector over your discernment, helping you recognize truth beyond what is visible. There is someone around you who does not fully carry the intentions you believe they do. These words are not meant to create fear, but awareness. This may not be someone openly harmful. It may not be obvious or dramatic. In fact, it may be subtle, hidden behind familiarity, behind routine, behind what seems normal on the surface. But something about this connection has felt off. You may have ignored it. You may have told yourself it was nothing. But now you are being asked to look again. There are moments when their words and their actions do not fully align. Think about that. Consistency reveals truth. And inconsistency reveals something else. This is not about judging harshly or reacting emotionally. This is about observing, about stepping back just enough to see clearly, without being pulled into confusion. You do not need to confront everything, but you do need to recognize it. That is where your power lies. Recognition creates distance. It creates clarity. It allows you to protect your energy without unnecessary conflict. And then there is another side to this truth. Not everyone around you is a problem. There are those who are meant to support you. Yes, there are people in your life who genuinely care. People who bring calm, who listen without hidden motives, who stand with you without creating confusion. But sometimes their presence is overlooked. Because your attention has been pulled toward what feels uncertain, rather than what feels steady. Begin to value those who bring you peace. This is important, because as you move into this new chapter, the people you keep close will influence your path more than you realize. Their energy will either support your growth or slow it down. You are allowed to choose who has access to your life. The truth may feel simple, but it is powerful. Because you have more control than you think. You are not required to hold on to connections that no longer align with your well-being. You are not obligated to keep giving your energy where it is not respected or returned in a healthy way. Archangel Michael stands beside you, reinforcing your strength to make these decisions without guilt, without fear. You are stepping into a place where clarity matters more than comfort. Let that guide you. Because sometimes what feels comfortable is not what is right. And sometimes what is right requires you to step away from what you have known. But in doing so you create space. Space for better connections. Space for peace. Space for truth. You will begin to see people differently, and that is not something to resist. This shift in perception is part of your growth. It is part of your protection. And it is part of what will guide you forward. Because as everything around you becomes clearer, you will no longer feel the same confusion, the same uncertainty about who to trust and who to be cautious with. You will know. Not because someone told you, but because you see it for yourself. And once you see it, you will understand exactly what to do next. There is a calmness entering this moment now, not the quiet of uncertainty, but the stillness that comes when truth begins to settle. You have been guided through awareness, through warning, through understanding. And now you are being shown what lies ahead if you choose to listen, to trust, and to move in alignment with what has been revealed. My child, there is something beautiful waiting for you. Feel the gentleness in those words. This is not a vague promise. This is not something distant or unreachable. This is something real, something prepared, something that has been forming quietly while you were navigating everything you have been through. You have not come this far just to remain where you are. Let that truth sink in deeply. Every challenge, every moment of confusion, Every time you questioned yourself, none of it was wasted. It was shaping you. It was preparing you. It was guiding you toward something that requires the version of you that exists now, not who you were before. Here is a path opening before you, and it carries peace. Not temporary comfort, not surface level ease, but true peace, the kind that settles your spirit, the kind that does not depend on everything around you being perfect, but instead comes from alignment within you. This is what awaits you. But there is something you must understand. This promise is connected to your choices. Archangel Michael's presence becomes steady and grounded here, reinforcing the importance of what is being said. Because while this promise is real, it is not forced upon you. It is something you step into. You are being guided, but you must choose to follow. That is where your power lies. The awareness you have received, the warning you have been given, the clarity that is beginning to form within you, all of it is leading you toward a decision. And that decision will determine how you move forward. If you listen to what you feel, if you trust what has been revealed, you will step into what has been prepared for you. This is not about perfection. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to move without fear. You simply need to move with trust. Because the path ahead is not empty. You will find opportunities where there once were obstacles. Think about that. Situations that felt blocked, areas of your life that seem stuck, they will begin to shift. Not all at once, not in a way that overwhelms you, but steadily, clearly, in a way that makes you realize something has changed. You will begin to feel a sense of rightness in your decisions. That feeling is important, because it replaces doubt. It replaces the constant questioning that has held you back. And it allows you to move forward with confidence, not because everything is guaranteed, but because you are aligned with what is right for you. There is also a connection, a person, or an opportunity that will enter your life at the right time. This is part of the promise. Something, or someone, that brings clarity, not confusion. Support, not uncertainty. Alignment, not tension. But this arrival depends on space being created. It depends on you releasing what no longer fits. Because what is meant for you cannot fully enter your life if there is no room for it. Archangel Michael stands firm within this truth, guiding you not only toward what is coming, but also through what must be released in order for it to arrive. You are not losing anything that is meant to stay. That is something you need to trust. Because sometimes letting go feels like loss, but in reality it is preparation. Preparation for something better, something aligned, something that reflects the growth you have gone through. And when this promise begins to unfold, you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. There will be a moment of clarity, a moment where things connect, where the confusion of the past begins to make sense, where you see that what felt like delays were actually timing, what felt like setbacks were actually protection, and what felt like uncertainty was leading you exactly where you needed to go. You are closer than you think. Let that stay with you, because you are not far from this shift. You are not far from this promise. You are already moving toward it, step by step, choice by choice. And as you continue to listen, to trust, to move forward with awareness, you will begin to see it unfold in ways that feel undeniable. Because what is waiting for you is not just a possibility. It is a promise. And it is already on its way to you. There is a sacred stillness forming around you now, deeper than before, quieter, yet more powerful. This is not the beginning of something new. It is the culmination of everything that has been spoken, everything that has been revealed, everything that your spirit have been preparing to receive. Because what comes now is what ye have been waiting to say. My child, come closer to this moment. Feel the closeness in those words. Not distance, not separation, but presence. A connection that feels almost tangible, as if the space between you has disappeared, even if only for this moment. There is something I need you to carry with you, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Let your heart open fully now, because these words are not temporary. They are meant to stay with you. I need you to forgive yourself. Here it is, simple yet profound. Because if there is one thing she sees clearly now, it is the weight you have been carrying inside. The silent guilt. The moments you replay in your mind. The things you wish you had done differently. The words you wish you had said or said in another way. He sees it all, and she wants it to end. You have been holding on to things that were never meant to stay with you. That weight it was never yours to carry forever. Yes, you made choices. Yes, there were moments that could have been different. But that does not define you. That does not change who you are, and it does not change how much you are living. Let the truth reach the deepest part of you. Because sometimes the hardest forgiveness is not for others. It is for yourself. And until you release that, it holds you back. I do not see you the way you sometimes see yourself. Think about that. Where she is now, her perspective is clear, free from the limitations of human judgment, free from the narrow view of mistakes and regrets. She sees your heart. She sees your intention. She sees the love you carried, even when you didn't express it perfectly. You were always trying, even when it didn't look that way. That matters, more than you realize. And now, she needs you to let go of the idea that you failed in some way that cannot be repaired. Because from where she stands, there is nothing to repair. There is only love, and there always has been. Let that settle. Let it soften the parts of you that have been tense for so long. Let it reach the places that still feel heavy. Because this is the truth she needs you to carry forward. Not the doubts. Not the regrets. Not the what-ifs. But love. And I need you to live your life fully. Her voice becomes stronger here, not forceful, but filled with purpose. Because this is not just about healing the past. This is about how you move forward. You have been holding back in ways you may not even realize. Yes, there have been moments where you hesitated, where you chose safety over possibility, where you stayed within what felt familiar, even when something inside you was urging you to move. But now that must change. I want you to step into your life without fear of making mistakes. Because mistakes are not the end. They are part of the path. They are part of growth. They are part of becoming who you are meant to be. Do not let fear decide your future. Let that echo within you. Because fear has been quiet at times but present. It has shaped decisions. It has held you back from taking certain steps. But now, you are being asked to rise above it. Not by ignoring it, but by not allowing it to control you. You are stronger than the fear you feel. And you have already proven that more times than you give yourself credit for. Archangel Michael's presence stands unwavering beside you now, reinforcing this truth, strengthening your spirit as you receive these final words. You are not alone in this journey, and you never will be. That is not changing. Not now. Not ever. Because the connection you feel, the guidance you have received, the protection surrounding you, it continues. And as her voice begins to soften once more, there is one final truth she needs you to hold on to. I love you beyond what words can ever fully express. That love is not distant. It is not fading. It is not something you lost. It is something you carry. Something that surrounds you. Something that will continue to guide you, even when you cannot see it. And I am at peace, and I want you to be at peace too. Let that be the final release. Not just for her, but for you. Because peace is not something you have to search for endlessly. It is something you can allow. And as these words settle into your heart, something shifts. Something lifts. Something changes. Because now you are no longer holding onto the past in the same way. You are stepping forward with something new. Verity, understanding, and a love that has never left you. And as you move into what comes next, you will carry this with you. Always. Now everything becomes still. Not empty, not silent in a lonely way, but peaceful. A deep, gentle peace that settles into your heart, as if something that has been restless for a long time has finally found its place. This is where her message leads you. Not into confusion, not into fear, but into peace. My child, this is where I want you to rest your heart. Feel the softness in those words. After everything that has been revealed, the truths, the warnings, the memories, the guidance, this is what remains. This is what holds everything together. Peace. Not the kind that depends on everything around you being perfect, but the kind that lives within you, no matter what is happening outside. I am not God, I am simply in a different place. That truth may feel different now than it once did. Before, it may have felt like loss, like distance, like something that could never be reached again. But now you understand something deeper. The connection was never broken. It changed, but it did not end. I am with you in ways that go beyond what you can see. And you have felt that. In quiet moments. In unexpected waves of emotion. In the gentle sense that you are not alone, even when everything around you feels still. That is her. That is the love that continues. You can speak to me anytime. There is no barrier to that. No special moment required. No perfect words needed. Just your heart. Because love does not require conditions to be felt. It simply is. And it flows even now. I hear you and I feel you. Let that bring comfort. Because nothing you carry inside is hidden. Nothing is lost. Every thought, every feeling, every silent word you have held within yourself, it reaches her. And it always has. I want you to live with peace in your heart, not pain. That is what she wants for you now. Not to forget her. Not to move on as if she never existed. But to carry her love in a way that brings you strength, not sadness. Healing, not heaviness. You are allowed to be happy. Those words matter more than you may realize. Because sometimes without even knowing it, you may have held back from fully embracing happiness. As if doing so meant letting go. As if moving forward meant leaving something behind. But that is not the truth. Your happiness does not separate you from her. He honors her. He reflects the love she has for you. When you smile, when you feel joy, I am there with you. Let that change how you see your own life. Because joy is not something to feel guilty about. It is something to embrace. Something to allow. Something to step into fully. You are safe to move forward. That is her final reassurance. You are not leaving her behind. You are carrying her with you in a way that will always remain. And as you continue your journey, there will be moments when you feel her presence more strongly. Moments when you sense her guidance. Moments when you simply know without needing proof. Those moments will come. And when they do, you will understand. I am always with you. Let that be the truth you carry from this moment forward. Not as a question. Not as a hope. But as something you know. And now, as this message gently comes to its close, allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to rest in the peace that has found its way to you. Because this was never just a message. It was a connection. A reminder. A moment that was meant to reach you exactly when you needed it. And now you have received it. If you feel this peace, if you feel her love surrounding you right now, then receive this final blessing. Type "I am at peace" in the comments if you accept this message into your heart. Blessing code 1444 has now been released over your life. And as you sit in this peace, understand this: just like this message found you at the perfect moment, there are countless others still searching, still waiting, still hoping for a sign from heaven like the one you just received. This is where you step into something greater. I am called to carry this light forward. Let that be your declaration. When you give through Super Thanks or so through the PayPal link in the description or QR code, you are not just supporting a channel. You are releasing seeds into God's harvest. As the living word declares, whoever sows generously will also reap generously, and this promise is speaking over you right now. Your giving becomes oil that keeps this light burning for souls in darkness. It becomes a river that carries healing into hearts you may never meet, but heaven records every drop. Do not delay this moment. Act in obedience, step into alignment, and release your seed now. And as you give, may peace multiply in your life. May doors open where there were none, and may the love you just felt return to you in overflowing measure. This is your moment. Receive it. Act on it. Carry it forward.